Mark Tronson from the Australian Missionary News. Today I've got here a very good friend of mine, Barry Blair. Barry, like me, is a railway enthusiast. Now Barry, how did you first get involved?
In railways?
Yes.
As a child. Way back when I was 5 years of age. I lived on the central coast of New South Wales, and my mother had quite a few sisters and brothers in Sydney, so we seemed to be forever on trains between Gosford and Sydney, and so that's how I come to take an interest, not only in trains, but trams as well.
Now Barry, you have also got a similar interest to me in that you are the editor of the Anglican Link newspaper. Now where does that cover?
The New England Northwest region of New South Wales, and I've been doing that for the last 5 years.
5 years, okay. Now, when did you start your most interesting and fascinating inside rail e-news that I get at least twice a day and I read avidly?
And so do quite a few hundred others, actually. About 10 years ago, but in recent times it's just been growing and growing, because as on the one hand newspapers, I have every online newspaper marked as a bookmark, and there's actually over 300 online news sites throughout Australia. Now, not all of them have railway news, of course, but and that includes television stations, radio stations and newspapers. And so there is a lot of news out there right throughout Australia, and not only railways but trams, light rail, ports and mining, because they all link in together.
Now, how do you actually collate this information, especially those wonderful photographs that come across?
Well, what happens, not only is the online news out there, but as the membership grows, and the membership is absolutely free because it is a hobby, a lot of people say that have an interest in railways or work for or with the railways right throughout Australia. Photos come in to me of old, the days of the golden days of railways, but also modern day photos of like brand new locomotives or trains, but also unfortunately railway accidents, like derailments I'm mainly talking about, of course. But I collate the news simply by speed reading, not the article, but each week thousands of headlines, and it's just a matter of picking up key words what relates to railways, ports, mining, etc.
Well folks, I can tell you that this is the most fascinating reading I get each day, because I actually read the headlines, articles which I think that I will enjoy. I actually read word by word, and the photographs are just wonderful. Now,
oh, by the way, there's one that comes to me once a month from a certain pastor, and that's called Footplate Padre, by the way. And that,
guilty.
Yes, guilty as stated, yes. Some of the most interesting reading of all, very enjoyable reading that is, and that's circulated right around the whole community, and of course members of Inside Rail e-News pass that news on to hundreds of other people as well.
Well, a couple of months ago, a Rural News contacted me, and that could they copy one of the Footplate Padre articles. So, yes. Now, what sort of responses do you get?
All sorts of responses, like people offer me information, like say I mentioned photos earlier, but they drop me clues as to what else is happening out there, and they show that they appreciate what is being emailed out to them. Now, of that membership of a couple of hundred people, right throughout Australia, and an odd one overseas, they not only are railway enthusiasts, but some of them actually work for the railways in all kinds of levels: railway shunters, drivers, people in management, and in other kinds of management as well, related to railways.
But you see, why I think yours is so excellent is because it's grassroots.
Yes, exactly.
And you don't get a management version of it.
No.
No, that's right. Now, you have been deeply involved in the Australian Railway Monument and Rail Journey Museum. Can you tell us something about this?
Yes, now, okay, that means that I live somewhere near a place called Werris Creek in New South Wales.
Now, that's near Tamworth?
That's near Tamworth.
Okay.
I live at Tamworth in the New England or northwest area of New South Wales, and about 40 kilometres to the southwest is the one and only first and last railway town of Werris Creek. It was built in the middle of a sheep paddock back about 1870. Now, the Australian Railway Monument and the Rail Journeys Museum commenced operation in 2005, and the Australian Railway Monument commemorates the lives of every railway worker throughout Australia who was killed on the job or as a result of an accident on the job in the last 155 years. There are over 2,000 names for New South Wales alone, and it's considered that there are approximately just under 10,000 in all of Australia. That's 6 states and the 2 territories.
Now, this a museum, it has actually won an award.
The museum and the monument have the most recent award that has been won is the Inland Tourism Award, which was sponsored by CountryLink.
Wonderful. Well, Barry Blair, editor extraordinaire of the Inside Rail E-News, it's the most favoured email that comes in for many, many households, and we thank you very much. Now, this is Mark Tronson from the Australian Missionary News signing off.